Hi guys, thanks for joining us again on the channel. So, there's a reason I haven't talked about this one until now. It's not because I didn't want to talk about it, but because I needed to get it right. And now the wait's over. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Opening things up, our first reviewer gives us their take.
This reviewer initially had a deeply frustrating experience with this router, leading to a very negative first impression. Our reviewer, who works from home and relies on a stable connection, was plagued by constant and maddening disconnects. It wasn't just a Wi-Fi issue. The entire connection to the internet would drop multiple times a day, requiring a full power cycle to fix. The problem seemed to start after a firmware update, which also appeared to reduce the wireless range, making it impossible to get a signal in parts of the yard that were previously covered. The situation became so dire that a connection drop during a critical server maintenance procedure at work caused a moment of absolute terror, solidifying the initial belief that this device was fundamentally flawed. After exhausting nearly every troubleshooting option, including replacing household cabling, this client finally discovered the true source of the problem. It turned out the router was never at fault. Instead, a completely different piece of network hardware, the cable modem, was the actual culprit behind all the instability. Once the faulty modem was replaced, the performance of this router transformed completely. The connection has since been perfectly stable, and our reviewer has been able to truly appreciate what this device can do. With the network finally running smoothly, they have started to explore the more advanced convenience and enhancement features that were previously overlooked. They've been able to coax truly impressive performance out of it, finding it to be an excellent piece of equipment after all, and one they now strongly recommend.
Excellent. Let's find out what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer decided it was time for an upgrade after a new 1 Gbps internet connection revealed their old router was a significant bottleneck. While acknowledging that this new router might be overkill for a typical home network, they opted for a top-tier, future-proof model to handle any foreseeable network demands for years to come. Upon its arrival, our reviewer was first struck by the sheer size of the unit, comparing its vertical, book-like form factor to a large hardcover dictionary. While this design freed up shelf space compared to their previous antenna-covered model, they noted it runs quite warm and strongly recommend placing it in an area with plenty of ventilation. Of the device's two displays, the small touchscreen proved surprisingly useful for quick tasks like managing the guest network, which conveniently generates a QR code for easy guest access or checking system stats. The other, a dot matrix LED display, was found to be more distracting than helpful and was quickly disabled. The setup process was refreshingly simple and a marked improvement over this client's previous experiences. Configuring the network and setting up address reservations for specific devices was made much easier by a more intuitive user interface. Even though a dedicated smart band switching feature wasn't immediately apparent, simply giving all the wireless bands the same name and password worked flawlessly, with devices automatically connecting to the optimal frequency. Once operational, the performance gains were immediately obvious. The reviewer's phone, the only device capable of using the fastest new wireless standard, saw its speeds jump to nearly the maximum offered by their internet plan, matching wired performance. Other laptops and computers also experienced a substantial boost in speed and stability, even at a distance and through several walls. With around 20 different clients connected, from smart home gadgets to streaming equipment, everything.
Cool. Let's uncover what our next reviewer has to say.
This reviewer, a seasoned computer scientist, is thoroughly impressed with this particular Wi-Fi 7 router. According to our reviewer, it stands out in the current market, especially when considering its value. The key feature that sets it apart is its support for MLO, multi-link operation, a network technology that promises a significantly improved Wi-Fi experience. The accompanying app is user-friendly, boasting a modern interface that simplifies setup, including the MLO network configuration. This client also recommends enabling Easy Mesh for those who need it, which brings us to the question of whether you even need a new router. If your current router doesn't support Wi-Fi 7 or Easy Mesh, it might be time to upgrade. Easy Mesh is a standard that allows mesh networks to be created between routers from different manufacturers, which is a big deal for expanding and managing your home network. This tech makes a convincing argument that these modern routers represent a significant technological leap, potentially the most impactful since the introduction of 5 GHz and WPA2 encryption. The MLO network is particularly beneficial for smartphones, as it seamlessly manages connections across different bands, 2, 4 GHz, 5 GHz, and 6 GHz, without requiring the phone to constantly switch between them. This eliminates the frustration of being stuck on a slower band when moving around your home or yard. While the reviewer notes that not all devices currently support Wi-Fi 7 and the MLO network, the transformative potential is already evident. In the future, the vision is for all devices, from smartphones to smart home appliances, to connect seamlessly to a single MLO network, making single-band Wi-Fi networks obsolete.
Appreciate you watching. If this video helped, like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts below. See you soon.